Hello everyone, and welcome to this tutorial. In this video, we will introduce Metafactory's visual ontology modeling interface. Let's dive right in and have a look at the ontologies that have been loaded in our Metafactory instance. In the Ontology catalog, accessible by going to Assets and then Ontologies from the top right menu, we see one existing ontology, the Organization ontology. This ontology describes organizations and the people and projects they are related to. In the Ontology catalog, we see some metadata for each ontology, like its title and status, for example. We also see some statistics, like the number of classes, attributes, and relations. There are also several actions we can perform from the Ontology catalog. We can create a new version from a published ontology, export them, delete them, and more. Let's now navigate to the Organization ontology and explore it in more detail. As this ontology still does not have a diagram, you will be prompted to start with an empty diagram or start a diagram from the class tree. For this example, we'll start with an empty canvas and build our diagram step by step. As you can see, the canvas is empty, but on the left, there is a panel where we can explore classes, attributes, and relations defined in this ontology. Additionally, if we click on one of the classes, for example, Organization, a knowledge panel with some metadata opens up, so we see the area of this class, the ontology that describes it, but also the attributes for this specific class and all its relations, similar to the tree on the left, but for the selected class. If we click on Manage Instances, we see the instances with the type organization that already exist in our system, for example, Metafacts and Digital Science. We can edit the details for these instances or add new instances, but that's something we'll be doing later. Back to our ontology and the panel on the left, we see that at the top, there is an Info and Metadata tab with additional information about this ontology, such as its version number, creator, creation date, and others. Now that we have understood the main parts of the ontology editor, let's build a diagram for this ontology. We can do this interactively by drag and dropping classes onto the canvas. Use the search and find the classes you are interested in, and then drag them onto the canvas. First with Organization, Person, and Company. By doing this, we'll also see the relations between the classes that we've added to the canvas. So once I've added Organization, Person, and Company, I see that an organization can have an unlimited number of members, for example. To complete our diagram, you can use the Expand button on the Person class. This will show all classes related to Person. Now you can click on Expand and the remaining classes will be added to our diagram. If you remember, we can see the attributes by using the Knowledge panel on the right for each class. But what we can also do is use the toggle on the bottom and have all attributes displayed with the classes on the canvas. So we can see that Person has an attribute birthday, while Organization has an attribute defined for date founded. And this works the same way for all classes on the canvas. So remember that this is an ontology that already exists in our system. These classes, relations, and attributes have already been defined as part of it, and we are now just exploring it. So if we now go to the top left and click Save, what we are saving at this point is a diagram, one specific view of this ontology. The idea behind this is that we can have several diagrams and views for any ontology to serve various user needs, depending on our use case. So we can have diagrams that show more classes and diagrams that show fewer, specific classes. We are always able to create new diagrams or switch between diagrams. And this concludes this video. Thank you for watching.